Shit cracking. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is episode 5, Locker Room Chat. We got some things to discuss. Marsh still mad at the YNs, but the YNs are always going to be YNs. Ain't nothing. Hey, you know what's actually crazy though, Marsh? So I went and looked up because all the stuff that's going on. I went and looked up, and I saw that I can't get drafted because it has to be 26 and under.
Ain't nobody get drafted no way.
No, because the homies was talking about, there's a chance I might get drafted. I want to make sure that I want to make sure that you won't get drafted. And I was like, let me go look it up. Let me go do some studying. So I went and looked it up. Nigga, it's 26. If you're older than 26 or 25 or older, you can't get drafted. So I can't get drafted. Now, my little brother, on the other hand.
So I was going to ask you, there's also a stipulation, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. If you are your mother or father's only son, I don't think you could get drafted.
Only son? Well, shoot, Marsh, we got different daddies.
Hey man, at the end of the day, in regards to that, my son is in the Army Reserve. I told him not to do it. He did it anyway, but
I don't know why they don't.
My dad, my father, all my granddaddies, great granddaddies, great granddaddies, they were in the service, Marines and Army. My thing is this: it's 2025. I'm an educated black man, bachelor's degree, master's degree, played pro football, all of that. Our ancestors, our lineage, our bloodline, they walk so we can run. So we live in a time where you don't need to go join the military. You just don't. Personally, I'm not that patriotic. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of major respect to our veterans. My dad, my granddaddies, my great granddad. Like, I got the utmost respect for the veterans. But yeah, I wouldn't go to war and fight for this country.
But it's crazy how you say our ancestors walk so we can run, but it's like we're still walking. Actually, I don't even think we're walking. I think we're standing still.
I'm gonna say this because me and you have had these conversations before. In the grand scheme of things, I'm running every day compared to.
I know, but I'm talking about as a whole.
There's anomalies. But see that here's the thing.
That's true.
Here's the thing. We all got the same 24 hours in a day. So at 46, my mindset is a lot different than just, complaining. And I was having a conversation with one of my.
I don't think we can hear you, Marsh. Hold on. We can hear you. Check your mic. Oh, we having technical difficulties. Say something. Yep, we back.
Yo.
Yeah, we're back.
So no, I was having a conversation with one of my homeboys, and complaining is not going to do anything. It doesn't move us forward. People have to. You got to understand motion, right? Motion is still somebody moving, but they're not moving forward. So if you're standing in the same place, stepping and moving your arms, but you're not, you have no progression, then that's no motion. So what the Most High has for me, no man or woman can stop it anyway. So I'm not worried about that. I don't get too caught up in. I don't believe a human has the ability to stop me from chasing greatness.
No, but when you talk to other people, especially young people, they always use an excuse, especially working with kids.
Mm-hmm.
They love using excuses on why they can't do something, and they always got an attitude when you tell them to do something. But not to throw your personal business out there, but when you said you told your son not to join it, and he still did it anyway, and I was like, well, I mean, your great granddaddy already did that. So it's like, why not just go ahead and just continue on just running instead of relapping that? Like I said, I'm not a big fan. And like I said, shout out to people that do go to the military because Lord knows I don't want to do it. But in the same sense, when you look at the history, do you know how bad they used to do black people in the military, dude?
Well, it's not. It's okay. If we eat. Let's say this. Let's say we take race out of it. I still wouldn't do it because this is why. As you get older, you understand the inner workings of how government really works, how it truly works. You start to understand that a lot of the things that we were indoctrinated with is total bullshit. As you get older, I use this term. So, Dick Gregory, rest in peace, knowledgeable OG, right? Comedian, civil rights activist, just dropping game, right? He said, once you have the magical glasses on, you can't unsee the bullshit. So when you're young, you don't know any better. You don't have the information, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the life experience to understand how this shit really works. So that's one of the main reasons why I'm not patriotic in that way. Um, that's like me and you having an argument, right? And then I go get some people to come to where you are to inflict pain and harm on you. But the argument is between you and I. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I
and,
mean,
and and then we mask it and try to create a narrative to get the people to get behind it. That's why I'm not that patriotic. Um, and then when you understand how, like I said, the inner workings actually work, you understand that human lives are not even, thought of like as valuable. And I'm down with humanity, bro. I don't believe in sending innocent people to war to fight for some shit that could have been resolved.
it's also crazy. So now I'm going to add on to that. Well, are women going to start getting sent to war too?
I think we panicking and we pushing the panic button too
You don't,
fast.
Marsh, you don't believe the recycle? I think everything comes back. I
It's
think,
going that's gonna be a hard sell. That's gonna be a hard push.
but okay, but we talking about the what ifs, even though it's the what if. But do we send women out there too? If it were to happen, I'm not saying that it is, but I believe that everything what comes around goes back around, and everything comes in full circle. Just how they say Jesus is coming back, he'll come back. It all comes back, man. I'm just
I'm,
saying it. It
I'm
all
I'm gonna say this. This is what I believe. If you are a criminal, right, and you doing jail time, before you go do a draft, go take them people out of jail and go send them over there to fight. That
I like
makes more sense. I mean, you already doing them people, I'm not gonna say all of them, but there's quite a few people that are incarcerated that they're not guilty of what they've been charged with, and you're getting free labor and a bunch of other shit out of them. So with that said, if you are a person that has committed a crime and you doing some jail time, then I think that that should be an option for
should it
for
be
those.
depending on does it depend on the charge?
Like I said, it's just like in jail when you have people do the firefighter work, right? They
Yeah.
train and they learn how to become firefighters, right? I think you should have the same setup if you before you get to drafting people, because that's a hard push, man. Like I said, we in 2025. You're gonna have so much more resistance from the people than you did way back then, right? Because people know better now. I just explained to you why I'm not that patriotic. I love living in America. I'm an American citizen. I'm from here, but there's some things that I don't agree with. just like I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with. I don't agree with sending innocent people over to fight no war. I just don't. Now, if you a person that's very patriotic and that's what you want to do, or you know, 30, 40, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, especially when we talking about people of color, the opportunities weren't as abundant for us back then. So that was going to the military and to serve your country was a great alternative. I don't think we're in those times. I think, you can go to school. There's no crime against you learning and getting more education, learning a trade, and pursuing your dreams, becoming an entrepreneur, business owner. There's so many opportunities for people today that did not exist back then. So that's my only gripe with it. That's to me, if you a guy that a high school dropout, your prospects on life not looking good, then yeah, then you probably want to go join the military.
Yeah, I ain't going to no military. But now to our original topics. So I want to actually I want to talk to you about this, and hopefully you got done some research on this. The Bonnie Blue, the chick that had sex. So I personally don't believe that she had intercourse with 1,000 men, because it's like, bro, how does Bonnie Blue end up having sex with 1,000 men in one day? 1,051 men, if I'm not wrong, in one day. But you can't be mad at her though, Marsh. And this is why I say you can't be mad at her. This is the stuff woman has kind of fought for, bro. And listen, there was listen, but when you look at it, bro, there was women like Bonnie Blue back in the Old Testament. What do you think concubines was and stuff like that? So it's like, hey man, like at least she ain't stupid. At least her bank account getting big. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't compromise
but listen, I'm not knocking it. Listen, do I think it's right? Do I have a daughter? You have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Is my daughter's going to do this crap? No. You know what I'm saying? But this is what people ask for. She's just doing it, getting paid. So it's like, bro, at the end of the day, I'm not knocking it. Is it degenerate as hell? Yes. Would I ever seek validation from a woman that does stuff like that? No. But it's like, look, live your life. This is what you want here. But is there going to be, because a wise man once always told me this: everything that comes with first end pleasure comes in with back end pain. So what I mean by that is eating bad food, sugary food, all this, that horrible diet, eating cupcakes and stuff. It feels good in the beginning, but the back end is you're gonna have diabetes, you're gonna be overweight, you're gonna be fat, you're gonna have heart disease, you're gonna have blood clots. But when you work out and do the front end pain of things, you're gonna have the back end pleasure. Going to the gym, lifting weights, running, fasting.
But who's mad at her? That's her business. Here's the problem too. We live in a world now with technology. We see it when we do these podcasts, and then you get some of the clowns that get in the comments. They just want to argue and just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like it's a never-ending argument. Like that's the highlight of their day. So at the end of the day, is that putting any money in my pocket? Her screwing a thought, and the way I understood it was she wasn't like, all the dudes weren't climaxing. It was just like, I guess a few pumps next, or whatever. Why she chose to even do that is beyond me, but that's her business. Her cooter ain't got nothing to do with me, so I really don't care. That's her business. So I think, on a serious note, I think we often get we allow things that really don't have anything to do with us personally to consume us, and I think that's by design. It's distractions. My take on that is, look, I got a daughter. I'm not raising my daughter. I have not taught or instilled things in my daughter that would even make her, even she has a good enough foundation to know that that's just hella out of line. But at the end of the day, when people are adults, they govern themselves. So, hopefully as a father, that we have imparted enough of a good foundation on our children, our daughters specifically, to where they don't do shit like that.
Bro, 1,051 men. That's kind of like insane.
You stuck on that number, man.
But that, bro, do you know how many spirits that is transferring into you, bro? Because I don't think people
said they were strapping up.
Again, Marsh. So what if they were strapping up? I don't care. I don't even care.
With you. I don't care.
I know. No, I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying it just for the people, bro. But it's like, you know how many spirits that is that transform into your soul? That's 1,051 spirits transformed into your body, and it's just like, bro. But
okay, so why do prostitutes work as prostitutes?
To get paid.
My point exactly. So here it is. This is the end all be all to that conversation. If you're gonna compromise your integrity that low for $1, then you a lost soul anyway. So next, I'm not even giving. I'm laughing at that because I'm not giving that no type of energy, because that's not normal. That says more to her psychological makeup. I really can't even speak on that, because that's just some way out shit. I just can't even grasp that concept. It's just like the porn ladies. I don't have no judgment on people who are in the porn industry. If that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. It's not my business. I don't really care, because it don't affect me. But like I said, as long as we have done our part to give our daughters a good foundation, then hopefully we good, and they got.
So with that being said, is you agree to the fact that you can do everything for your child, but they'll still end up doing what they want to do?
That's a hard pill to swallow, because my son is 23 now. My daughter's 16, and then I'm having another daughter. So it, as a parent, it hurts to see your child not fulfill what you believe that they're capable of, because a lot of times other people can't see the greatness, right? It takes an outside source to actually nurture and push and motivate to get that person to reach their potential, right? So you just gotta, as a parent, you gotta come to the point where it's just like lions, right? They have a pride. The baby cubs, right? The cubs are gonna rock with the pride, with the group of lions, until when they're old enough to hunt and kill and take care of themselves, right?
3:00.
Then they go off and they start their own pride. So you could do everything right as a parent, and your child grow up, and once they become an adult, they still do some wild shit. I don't think that's on you, because you can't control a grown adult. Regardless, I know people that went to private school, went to church every Sunday, and then during the week, and they was a cold killer. So you know what I'm saying? Hopefully the foundation is good enough to where when they become an adult, they make the right decisions. They have the right discernment, right?
Yeah, all you can do is hope. But let's fall back off this freaky stuff for a little minute.
Yeah, you talking baby oil and some more shit.
I haven't brought up baby oil. I can though. You got baby oil? I know you got baby oil.
Next.
Well, you from Oakland. Oakland niggas got baby oil. There's a video going on. I don't know, because this might have just happened. I just got it. But Jamar Chase was on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the video? I don't know if you saw
it. Yeah.
He was on the plane, and it's a bit off topic though, but the dude came out and pulled his camera out and said, "Hey, Jamar Chase, woo, 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 this and that." But what I don't understand with people is, because Jamar Chase is a good dude, because stuff like that will be. This is why I be saying, bro, they be trying to make black people just mad for no reason. It's kind of like they make it seem like we in a zoo when we have high status. That's what it kind of feel like. It's like, come here, monkey, I want to take a picture of you. You don't know what that man got his headphones on, his hood on, by the window seat, chilling, minding his business, bro. You don't know what he got going on, what he going through. Because, you know a lot of celebrities. I know a couple of them. They're regular people. You don't know what his day could have been. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? But I think that stuff is kind of just weird, and that's just how that's how they look at niggas though.
It's beyond weird. I'm gonna say this. That man was minding his business. He was on a economy flight. Um, he had his hood on. He would look like he was trying to be low key. So I don't know why fans feel so entitled to do stuff like that. He don't owe nobody shit. He don't have to sign nothing. He's not coming off the field. He's not, at an autograph signing. He's not at some event. He is low key with a hood on. If you didn't really know who he was, you wouldn't know who he is. And you're making it a spectacle because you feel some type of way because he didn't sign an autograph for you.
The white lady didn't even know who he was. She was
my point exactly. Most football players, we got helmets on, right?
Yeah.
So unless you a top 5 guy and probably more so a quarterback,
like Odell Beckham, you know who Odell is and stuff like that.
Well, because of social media now. Yeah, but back in the day, if you really didn't know what that person looked like, they got a helmet on most of the time. You're not gonna know. I just think it's highly disrespectful. It encroaches upon a person's boundaries. Man, look, I'm not at work right now. I'm a regular human just like you. Like you just said, you don't know what that man got going on. Obviously, he got the money where he could have flown private, but he chose not to. He's sitting by the window, got a hood on, minding his business. For a person to do the shit that they did, I think that's highly disrespectful. And I think people of higher status should be able to countersue. Because I think for somebody to pull out their camera phone and to me, that should fall. That they should have a law where that falls into like entrapment. Because you know what he's trying to do. You're trying to get up under that man's skin. Hopefully he might, he thinking he might get mad and fire on his ass. Now you can sue. So just like when women have false, sexual assault claims, and it turns out that they've been lying, they should get jail time and fine. So if you got a fan doing all that shit and they're trying to, bait a celebrity into a physical altercation, I think the law should prosecute them to the fullest extent.
Yeah, but that, man, like I said, bro, it just goes to show, bro. Like, it's just, people just don't care, bro. People invade privacy and stuff like that. So it's like, bro, it's weird. Like I said, bro, they treat us like we're at the damn zoo, man. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm for real. And the thing that you was in Canada. So it's like, bro.
I got a story.
I want to hear it, actually.
So for people that know me, I used to have dreads. They're pretty long, about down there. So I'm in a club one night, 2007, 2006. We just played a home game. And I'm in the club. I'm at the bar having a couple drinks, right? So this white dude and his girlfriend are sitting next to me. And I know they're inebriated. They've been drinking a lot, whatever. So I'm just ordering some drinks. So I could kind of hear him having a conversation. And it's like, oh, bro, your hair is oh, that's so nice. Oh, wow. Like, and I'm like, okay, thank you. And I'm, continue to order my drinks. Man, I seen a goddamn hand coming to the side of my head. I must have knocked their hand out the way. Like, dude, don't touch my hair. This is my hair. Like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. Like, is it real? Yeah, it's real, motherfucker. But you don't do that. And to your point, I'm not a zoo animal. I am a walking, talking, living human being. Don't touch my hair. I didn't give you permission to touch my hair. But yeah, that was a one, in my 46 years, I never experienced no shit like that. Right. And it threw me off. And it could have went left. But I had enough wherewithal to not continue to be that upset. But yeah, try to touch my hair. I just slapped the hand out the way.
I see if I have any crazy stories like that. No, maybe I would have to sit there and think. My mind can't process it now. But when you was in Canada, so like, they ain't seen nobody with gold teeth and dreads. You know what I'm saying? So it was an infatuation to them. They were fascinated. I'm sorry. They were fascinated by seeing that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Gold nigga with dreads, muscles, swole, caramel skin. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, like a monkey in a zoo.
Yeah, but
That's how some of them look at us, bro.
it's hella disrespectful. But you know,
It is mad disrespectful. No,
once again, I don't prescribe to that foolishness really no more. Like, cause I'm old enough. I'm in a different space and time in my life to where um the old me does not exist. I mean, it's still there, but it don't exist because I think more. Because now you gotta pay. You put some hands on somebody, you gotta pay. They're gonna sue you. You're gonna get an assault charge. It's really not worth it.
you got to go through all the
Yeah. So it's really not worth to bring yourself down and lower to lower yourself to meet them at where they're at. A lot of those people aren't happy with their lives, right? And they do shit purposely to get up under your skin to get a reaction. Somebody did it to Terrell Owens a year or two ago. It was all on TMZ. The guy antagonizing and talking shit. And when you get hands put on you, now you want to scream assault. So just a word to the wise: be cognizant of your surroundings and what's going on in your environment. And hey, man, you got to go to that old saying, Carl: sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
Yeah, till people get out of line and start touching stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Don't put your hands on me.
yeah, I'm just glad we was able to get to some real stuff. But let's go. I want to get on this Lamar Jackson because I know you saw they picked up Jaire Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Marsh, there is no more excuses for Lamar Jackson. And I love Lamar Jackson, and I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. But I'll never forget the day. Was it the AFC Championship when they played the Chiefs? I can't remember. It might have been, or it might have been second round. I can't really remember. Man, they had Morgan State University college choir come out and sing the national anthem. I was like, man, we're gonna have a dark skinned man go to the Super Bowl and win it. I was excited with gold teeth. The NFL would never want to see nothing like this. I was excited that day, and I was hurt. Because I think that was that the year they picked up. There might have been the year after. Then they went and got Derrick Henry. But I was hurt that year, bro. I was hurt.
Why?
Like,
Why?
because, bro, do you know how dope that would have been? Bro, when do you ever see an HBCU come out and sing a national anthem, bro, in pregame?
You're thinking too far into it. Let me.
I'm not thinking too far into it. That's a beautiful, but listen, that's a perfect setting.
It's an emotional attachment to some bullshit, dog.
I mean,
listen. We dominate all sports.
That's facts.
So I'm just gonna give you a different perspective. That I'm just, and Pete, I might catch heat for this, but if you a thinker and you think outside the box, you gonna understand what I'm saying, brother. We know we would listen. This shit from the beginning of time, it was never created for us to participate. You know that, right? I ain't just talking about sports. I'm talking about the quality of life that others have. Black men in America, we were this Mexicans, blacks. There's more races, but I'm gonna just keep it 100. Specifically us. The game was not created for us to be able to be active participants. So all that old black quarterback, all it like, I mean, I'm getting tired of it. We dominate this sport regardless. It's not an indictment on Lamar Jackson if he don't win the Super Bowl. He's still a league MVP. He's still a phenomenal quarterback. He still wins way more than he loses. He's dynamic. He's what Vic he took what Vic came into the league with all the excitement, and he took it and he took it to another level.
Yeah,
right?
He made it better.
He's more closer to the Vic we saw with the Eagles, who was a real deal Vic. He got to sit behind McNabb. Was Andy Reid was a coach at that time, correct? In Philly. He got to learn how to play the quarterback position with more than just his legs. And, people don't realize how good Michael Vick was. You know what I mean? And I think Lamar Jackson is a beneficiary of, Michael Vick walking so he could run. So this whole idea of making it bigger than what it is with the black quarterback position, I'm old enough to have seen my man in Washington win it with
Doug.
Doug Williams.
93? Nigga, how
Doug,
old was you in
Doug,
92?
Doug Williams. But at
How
the end of
old
the
was
day,
you in 92? 12, 13?
at the end of the day, it already happened. It's not a first no more. So I don't think his greatness is tied to a Super Bowl. I think the quarterback and the coach get too much praise when shit go right, and I think they get, too much criticism when shit go wrong.
I know, but Lamar, how I'm putting it as an aspect, as in if I'm a South Florida kid from Miami, Dade County, Homestead, Florida City, I would love to see someone, Broward County, I would love to, because that's where Lamar's from. I would love to see someone and that caliber win a Super Bowl. That does justice for the community, even though you may disagree with it. But if I'm an 11, 12-year-old, 12 and under, 13 and under year old kid, and I'm watching someone with a nappy fro, cornrows, gold teeth, tattoos, not the favorite to the public media eye, and I'm seeing that as a kid, bro, that's an inspiration, though. That's the
But here's the thing: that game does not take away any of that. He already
It
has that.
doesn't take away any of that.
He already has that.
We got to understand, bro, that still brings a spark and some hope to some younger kids, though. Because that's how they look at it, though.
No. But that's my point. We got to change that narrative. Listen, the fact that he was a first round draft pick, the fact that he was who he was in college, the fact that he is who he is today, he's one of the faces of the league. Like, dude, look, at the end of the day, he's already accomplished beyond what a kid's from the ghetto wildest dreams could ever accomplish. So we have to stop putting these certain things that these people have to accomplish before we can give them their flowers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I know, but that's not you and I. That's the media building that shit up to be what it is. He's already won. He's Black Superman. The stuff that he's doing in the community.
I don't know. Cam Newton might fight you for that one, though.
Cam Newton ain't gonna fight me for that, because Cam played and Cam knows. Cam know what I'm talking about.
But Cam was Superman, though. He was the original Superman.
No,
I'm just saying.
What I'm saying. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Any position, if you excel high at that level, like Cam is phenomenal. I think Cam was during his career, he was top 3 quarterback in the league. He was like that. The fact that he didn't win a Super Bowl does not take away him as a Heisman Trophy winner.
Well, him not diving for that football.
Listen, bro, I played, so I'm not knocking him. Yeah, we're gonna talk shit about that one play, but that doesn't eclipse his career.
No, it don't. But I'm just saying that he did not dive on that football.
Okay, and
come on, bro. That's only a one-time opportunity, bro. You gotta.
Okay, so guess what? You believe in the Most High, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes shit happens. That's the way the cookie crumble. I'm not. There's nothing you gonna get me to say negative about Cam Newton.
I don't want you to say anything.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying
people, just in general.
People in general. He won the Heisman Trophy. Shut up. You can't say shit. He was a first round draft pick. Shut up. You can't say shit. He balled out in the league. Shut up. You can't say shit. He won a national championship at Auburn. Shut up. You can't say shit. So him not jumping on that ball, I'm not holding. That is not going to eclipse that man's career, man. That don't take away his greatness. And that's the thing we got to stop doing. This is what we got to stop doing. We got to stop anointing people so fast to be great. And we got to stop killing people's legacy over misinformation or shit that we don't know. That was my conversation to the younger generation. A lot of y'all don't even know the guys we talking about, and you see something that you see now today and you think it's so great. People been doing this shit before. There was like I said, people walk so the young guys can run. So DA said it the other day on the other podcast, like you got to know the history. You have to know history. I ain't even talking about sports. I'm talking about in life. I asked some students in my class, did y'all know who Huey P. Newton in the Black Panther Party is or was? None of them, they looking around. Dude,
you talking about them youngins from don't go to Tech?
No, at Mac.
I mean, yeah, they go to Mac and they don't know who P. Newton is, and he's
Listen, bro, that's West Oakland. They don't even they don't have an inkling of an idea, bro.
they don't know who that is. Don't they got
Bro,
they
listen,
don't got a museum?
you keep forgetting. You keep forgetting. That's why it's imperative that older people.
Wait, bro, hold up. Them little niggas at Mac don't know who Huey P. Newton is?
They was like,
what is the history teacher at Mac teaching?
No, it's not the history teacher at Mac. These kids were 9th graders and 10th graders. They just got there.
And they don't know who Huey P. Newton.
Listen. This is why I get irritated when we had these conversations and I'm talking to a bunch of 2000 babies. They don't care, bro. It ain't about the teachers. The teachers are teaching. You a teacher and I'm a teacher. We teaching. They don't care. They too busy on their cell phone, bro. They could tell you about Sexy Red, but they can't tell you who Huey P. Newton in the Black Panther Party. They can't tell you who that was. They don't know that the reason they eat free lunch, free breakfast,
getting wick
and get wick was because of Huey P. Newton in the Black Panther Party.
They really don't know that, bro. They really don't know why they get wick. I mean, well, shoot. I mean, I don't know.
So to your point, we can't vilify Lamar Jackson for, first of all, you know as well as I know, a football team is 11 people. Minus the quarterback, that means there's 10 other guys I got to depend on. And if we keep it in 100, it's probably 12 because we got to have a holder and a kicker to kick field goals, right?
Yeah.
So the Buffalo Bills went to 4 straight Super Bowls in the early 90s. They didn't win not one time. They had Jim Kelly. He's a Hall of Fame QB. He was very freaking good. But that don't take away his greatness because he didn't win the Super Bowl when the Super Bowl is such a team sport. Football is such a team sport. Basketball, one person really can make a huge difference because it's 5-on-5. You get what I'm saying? It's different in football. So I get what you're saying. I understand. We know that exists. But we got to stop doing that shit, man. He's already made it, man. He's already.
No, but Martin, nigga, we ain't seen a nappy headed nigga win a Super Bowl in about 30+ years, nigga. I like this.
What does his hair have to do with anything?
I'm just calling him a nappy headed nigga. We haven't seen one of them win them in years, bro. We need a nappy headed nigga to win the Super Bowl.
So good brother. Since you using that N word, we got to talk about that one too.
What, nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nigga ain't never coming out my vocabulary.
Why is that?
Never ignorant getting goals accomplished.
Man, stop it, bud.
Yeah. You like how I switched it up on you.
No,
Yeah.
but see, look, here go the thing. In the black culture, you know as well as I know, there are certain things that should be kept sacred. Like me and you will have a conversation between me and you on the phone or in person that's going to be much different than the conversation on this podcast. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So we keep it like that. I have an issue with the availability of the word to every. I'm not feeling it.
Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're talking. Hold on. Now we're talking. So now I'm about to shoot back at you with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm about to shoot back at you this one. How do you feel about other races using the N-word, and when did this crap start? Because I came out to California in 2014. Mm-hmm. And so basically that 2014, that's my era damn near, because that's when I started going to college. So you was in the CFL, you're going into you was in the CFL 2014, was you?
Oh, that was my last year.
That was your last year. So you already retired. So okay, so yeah, so that's my kind of like my upcoming era. So when I first came to California, man, everybody said the N-word. Hispanics, Asians, even white people when I first came out here. It was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really different. And I used to always, when I first came to California, because, I was up in Northern California, you know what I'm saying, when I first got there. So, like, Redding and all that other stuff, Sac, you know what I'm saying? Man, it made me want to fight everybody because I'm not used, because, where we from is predominantly black. Mm-hmm. DMV, Oakland, is a lot of black people. And when I first, like I said, when I first came to California, bro, and everybody was using that N-word, I was like, bro, what is this? This ain't, because if you go back home, at least back home where I'm from, and you're not black and you calling someone else the N-word, bro, that's a fight. And now, so now that I'm in, the school system, man, everybody's saying it, bro. It's like everybody. I'm like, dang, bro, times has really changed. When did it start?
So it still bothers me to this day, and I speak on it. I was working at a school in Stockton some years ago, and I used to check.
Yeah, I know it's heavy there. Stockton has a lot of agents.
I used to check them. I say, hey man, stop saying that. First of all, you offended me, right? Because that word is a serious word. Now, here go the flip side of it. Black people so resilient, right? We're some of the most resilient people on the planet Earth. Like, we took the worst parts of animals and turned it into a cultural delicacy, which we call soul food. That shit is the worst part of everything. You talking about chitlins, you talking about hog maws, you talking about ribs, you talking about the seasoning. You're gonna be high blood pressure.
You almost say candy yams. Don't disrespect candy yams.
I'm not disrespecting, but that shit ain't good for you, bro. We know the pork side. We know it. But my point is, we're so resilient. We took a negative and flipped it and turned it into a positive. Now, some people may, if as long as it's not has the hard ER, it's not. No, it's still offensive. Have all these other races, but I mean, rap music made this shit like that too. And then I think the age gap, like, this new generation, they just don't care. Like it, and that's because they don't know history, Carl. Once again, this goes back to older people giving you the game. I'm not hella old. I'm a young 46, but I'm old enough to have grown up in a time where my parents still raised me. Yo, you got to work twice as hard as your white counterpart. That was instilled in me at a very young age, right? You got to understand, the parents of the teenagers today are like 30 years old, 33, 34 years old. They not telling their kids that. You get what I'm saying? We don't have no more big mamas. All the big mamas and granddaddies has passed away.
Well, the new generation of big mamas and grandmamas, they're gonna have
BBLs. They outside. You got grandmamas outside.
No, you're gonna have grandmothers that have BBLs and lip injections and making tacos. They don't know how to do no grits.
Okay, so that's my point. You have a it's just a cultural disconnect. So when you don't know history, and it's crazy because that's the point, right? When you don't know history, you don't know the origins of it. You'll get some people, oh, well, they say it. Yeah, we use it amongst each other. It became see, here's the thing that people don't know. The N-word is a term of endearment in our culture, right? My N-word, my name, you know what I'm saying? And then also, when we mad at each other, it could be the opposite, right?
Yeah. Nigga, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, so it's just, that's a hard subject, bro. And you can't explain. If you're not black, you're not gonna understand.
I mean, no, other races should understand, because
but they don't. They don't.
But let me tell you why.
You can't make somebody understand something that they didn't go through, bro.
I get it. No, but what I'm saying is other races should understand, because other races have their own individual collection of how they talk. You know what I'm saying?
But you're missing the point. It's become mainstream because of rap music.
Yeah, that is true.
You get what I'm saying? That's the culture. Here's what people don't understand. Black culture runs the world. And you could disagree all you want. Look at all the commercials now. Hip hop runs it. Everybody want to be hip hop. I seen a Instagram video. The dude in China was perming his hair and doing all this processes to his hair so he could have like a nappy fro with the bruh. The black culture is big. Hip hop culture, black culture is big.
Well,
so I think. Go ahead.
We also going to, like, Louis Vuitton, who you think make that stuff rich.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
What you say?
I said, when you look at these name brand clothing, Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Boy, we boycotted on Gucci and we went right back to buying it.
Well, here's the deal. you know, we made those brands big in our culture. You know what I'm saying? And you got to also look at it from a standpoint of, okay, so let's do a quick little history lesson. In terms of the black man in America, you're talking about we associate success with material things, which is dumb, but that's just how it is because we've been oppressed and held in check for so long, right? You know, we attribute success to a new car. We attribute success to nice clothes, expensive clothes. We attribute success to how we look with material things. It's like a subconscious, depressed way of dealing with things. Does that make sense? You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think as a people, we subconsciously do that stuff. And like I said, when you become aware of it, as the older you get, you understand those things and you know how to combat those things. Like I could go to Target and get me a printed tee. I could go to Buckle and spend maybe $100 on a pair of jeans. I still got Gucci belts from years ago that look brand new.
Hey, can I have them?
No, I'm not giving them up. Good quality.
What? Or sell them then? We banded
But
Gucci.
I want to. I
No,
said
Mark. We banded Gucci because they put the blackface on there. Now you about to keep it. If you don't go sell that,
I don't have no blackface on none of my stuff.
Gucci, you don't remember the whole thing with the
I
blackface?
did, I did, I did. But here, I haven't bought Gucci in a decade.
Okay, so sell it.
It's a quality belt. I wear it when
Sell it.
I paid $400 for them belts a piece.
So, like they say, you can't take it with you anyway. So where's
I
this?
can't, but it's not. It's I'm not. I'm. Here's what I'm saying,
Or
man.
go give it to a white man.
What's your reason behind that?
Just give it to him. And then
Well,
I know a good fashion designer that makes good quality belts, and
I
he's
do.
black owned.
I do too. The
Yeah.
person, the person who did my my wedding suit, the Gucci print wedding suit. He, you know, he's a brother. He's a good friend of mine.
I didn't see your Gucci print wedding suit, by the way.
Huh?
I didn't see your
I
Gucci
shut
print.
man.
But you didn't invite me to the wedding. I've
Man,
never been to a wedding though. It's funny
you
you
never
say.
been? It's a
Yeah,
beautiful celebration, brother.
I've never been. Like I said, I don't know what it's like to go to a wedding.
Well, when you have yours, I'll be there.
I don't think I'm getting married, nigga. Man, where you go? What's wrong with this dude? What happened to this dude? Where'd he go? Yeah, I don't. I don't think I'm getting married.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting married. Not in my, not in my desire. Can you hear me? What technical difficulty?
There we go.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think I'm getting. I don't think I'm getting married. I ain't in my desires for real.
Why not?
Shoot, everybody's not meant to be married. I tell people this all the time. Not everyone is meant to be married. Even the Bible tells you everyone is not going to get married. So I feel like I'm one of those people that the Bible was talking about as far as getting married. Now, a part of that is if I'm going to take the path of not getting married, there's some things I'm going to have to let go, to still be consumed as honorable to God. But I just don't think I don't because the way marriage is now, the way marriage is set up, it's a gimme, 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 and to each his own. I'm not signing the paperwork if I get married because in my belief, marriage is supposed to be between me, God, and you. God right in the middle, God right above. I'm not.
Mm.
I don't feel like I have to sign a paper to validate my love and my commitment that I have towards you and God. But I understand people that write and sign proof of marriages and stuff. I get that, and I'm not knocking that. You get with tax benefits and all that other stuff from when you get married, but that is other people's beliefs. My belief is I don't want to sign paperwork if I ever do decide to get married. And then
But
it's bro, I don't think people really. understand how serious marriage is. You're gonna wake up one day and you're gonna look over. I don't like this chick. She gonna look over to you. I don't like him. But that's a part of it. People think marriage is something that's just happy ending, amazing fairy tale. No, it's not. It's work, just like everything else. Like everything else you do in life is work. Like it's going to be hard times. And it's like with this generation, Marsh, not saying your generation, but my generation, because I know a lot of people that are married in my age range and below her, and they end up getting divorced in 2 years. Because it's like you signed up for it because of the wedding, it looks good, the dress, and everybody's coming, it's good for Instagram pictures and stuff like that. But they forget the key purpose of the marriage.
Okay, so but you're talking about a group of people. You're talking about a generation of people. You're talking about.
Well, you have to talk about the generation.
Listen what I'm saying. You're talking about social norms changing, and we talked about this before. What's going on in the world today? The reason why we are at the world is just in a very turbulent place right now is because things in society that were considered abnormal is now considered normal behavior. We have normalized abnormal behavior, and it's okay. And there's a lot of things that are now okay that shouldn't be okay. And that's why we having the types of dumbass discussions, the 50-50 discussions, the boss babes, and I need a 6-figure man and all this shit. Look, that was done by design to create conflict amongst each other. Now it's not only just, races against each other. They done succeeded in turning the female versus the male. So now what you have when things are out of order, how they're naturally supposed to be, you're gonna have a turbulent society, man. Like shit is you have to have order. Like I don't care there has to be a structure, right? Marriage is a beautiful thing. This is my second marriage, by the way. Marriage is a beautiful thing if it's done correctly. And then once again, my granddaddy gave me this game, right? He said, Dante, marriage is like a seesaw. One day you gonna love her more than she love you. And then the next day, she gonna love you more than you love her. It's a balancing act. Like you said earlier, it's a work in progress. People aren't getting married because it takes work. They love the idea of getting married. They're not down to put in the work to be married. Once again, when you have these young ladies who, for one, don't have a father in the home, right? Two, you don't have a big mama that lace your boots, right? You got grandmamas that are 40. You dig what I'm saying? So this all ties into why I'm even doing the podcast stuff with the young guys. I know we shoot the shit. We're having fun. We're talking about topics and we're giving our takes on them. But also, this shit is about education. You get what I'm saying? Enlightening one another. It's not about who's right and who's wrong. There's just information. And I think right now we're in a situation where we don't share enough information, or it's not receptive. People aren't receptive of proper information. So everything is I'm right and you wrong. And that's like I said, the cell phone is going to be the downfall of humanity.
I feel like the cell phone stuff is going to reset too. There's going to be times we can't use this joint and everybody's going to go crazy.
It's already happened.
But you know what I mean, though. Like, it's going to get real bad.
Well, that's by design. Because technology works like this. For every 5 steps we take forward, we take 7 steps backwards. I bet you can't remember 5 phone numbers.
Yeah, I can remember 5 phone numbers.
When we was coming up and I had a beeper, I used to remember hella phone numbers.
In your day, yeah.
So my point, you could just click on your iPhone or your Android, whatever you use, and you go to contacts and
you know what's crazy? Since you speak about that, there's certain places I don't know how to get to without GPS.
See what I'm saying?
Free game right there. Sit there and think about it. There are certain places I don't know how to get to without GPS. Y'all didn't have GPS. Y'all had to actually remember where y'all was going. Hey, because back in your day, hey, bro, the house parties on woo 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 on Acorn, woo 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 to 26. You know what I'm saying? Damn, especially an out of towner, because you know people from Fairfield used to come all the way down to Oakland to go party. I know my history, so. Because I was talking to an OG. He was like, "Yeah, man, we used to go party in Oakland. They had to just tell, hey, they got a Honda outside. It's by the blue house. You should be able to see all the cars. When you get there, make a right. You make another right. Nigga, you talking about critical thinking? Dog, that is critical thinking. Y'all used to back in the day used to travel out the state."
No GPS.
No GPS. And then you had to call your cousins at the payphone, hey, bro, I'm lost. And he said, hey, man, what you going to do is you're going to hop right back on that freeway, get off exit 12, then you're going to make a left at the third light, then you're going to then you're going to go around a roundabout, then you're going to make a left at the second light that you go to down the street, then you're going to go straight down. There's going to be the sixth house on the left. I said, nigga, I lost it. Nigga,
on Kern Street.
On Kern Street. On Kern Street. Bro, that's real talk though. That's you talk about critical thinking, and then you gotta sit here and think like, nigga.
So you take out and that takes away from the educational process, right? So I was telling somebody high school is so easy now. Like when I was in high school, bruh, I'm telling these cats, I had a 20-page paper I had to do. Wasn't no internet. In 1997, we might have had AOL dial-up, but it wasn't nowhere near the shit we got today. It was very minimal what you could do on a computer back then, right? So you had to go to the library, you had to go get your literature, you got to pick out the books, you got to take cliff notes, you had to learn how to type out the format for your bibliography. Like it was so much to do, and it since it was so much effort and work put to it. You actually, you ended up putting effort into it because it took so much to get it done. You get what I'm saying? So you had to know how to do these things. Now you tell a kid to do a book report, they're gonna do Chat GPT and turn in some shit like in milliseconds. Like that's not helping. That's not helping a person master, curriculum so they're prepared for after high school. There's a lot of kids that get to college and they got to take remedial classes because they haven't truly even though they got a high school diploma and they had good grades. Once they get to college, they can't handle it because they didn't truly master the curriculum in high school. So to your point, we really had to use our brain and critical thinking skills because
after having that topic of discussion, nigga, we're doomed.
I told you.
Yeah, we're freaking doomed.
I told you. Y'all think I be trolling.
Nigga, I had to sit there and think about this stuff, bro. It's like, nigga, we're doomed. Because you gotta also, because I'm a deep thinker. Mm-hmm. So now you gotta also think like, all right, something, they bombed the stuff. We ain't got no signal. Mama says, hey, come down here to Texas. We got food, water, and everything for you, but you got to figure out how to get there. It's a wrap. You give a YN a map, $200 worth of gas money, no cell phone. The world is ending, and you need to get somewhere to be comfortable with your family. It's over with. It's over with. It's over. He's not making it. I'm gonna tell you this right now. They ain't making it. And they gotta go all the way down to South Florida from here and drive. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna know what to do.
Okay, once again, I've been telling you this for 2 years now. Y'all think I just be trolling. And but that's why it's good for you to listen and learn and listen to comprehend versus listening to argue.
So what do we do then?
What we doing now? We bridging the gap.
They still ain't gonna listen, Marsh.
No. See, you want to quite the contrary. You understand what these podcasts do, right? Yeah. It gets people talking. Yeah, we gonna have people arguing back and forth, debating. But once again, when it's real, like when the rubber meet the road, I'm not against the younger generation. I'm here to help the same way OGs helped me. But I was receptive to getting the information. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, Marsh, it's going to get to a time. I
Yeah.
hope. Listen, I hope everybody got canned foods, a generator, water,
Mhm.
and you better be able to live without this right here. My phone a little crop, but you better be able to live without these things right here.
Hey
You,
man,
you better be able to live without this right here.
I stopped playing video games. That don't bother me.
You actually should get back to it.
I don't have the time.
Why?
I'm a college football coach.
Listen,
I'm a teacher.
listen. Don't be an old head. Just
I'm
listen.
no, I want to be an old head.
No,
You want to know what my fun time is?
can you listen? Can you
No,
listen?
I listen.
Can you
You
listen?
want me
Two
to
things can be right at the same time. Yeah. So
I don't
listen.
wanna play. I don't have a desire.
Yeah. I know you don't have the desire, but I'm gonna tell you why. You should have you have desire to make money, right?
I always make money.
All right, then. So let's listen. Now, were you good in video games for first of all? Okay.
Oh, I
Anyway.
was on the Madden. Come on, NBA 2K. We was on all of that.
Okay. So listen. This is what I'm saying.
No.
We're one click away. We're one click away from blowing up, right? Kids would love and pay to see you play a video game.
Not interested.
I don't stop talking. I'm trying to give you some game here.
You can't give me the game. My
Listen,
son does this dumb shit.
listen.
Listen.
So Marsh,
Don't care.
so if you got paid money to sit there to play a game for 45
I don't have
minutes,
time to listen. This is what you missing. I don't have time to sit and play video games.
Damn, you old heads.
I don't have time. Look,
I can't.
for example, you already know I be on the go, right? I
already know you want to go, but nigga, you
I don't have time. I don't even want. Listen, I had PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. I gave all that shit to my son when he was little. Like I stopped playing video games probably 12 or 13 years ago.
So Marsh, if somebody paid you to play video games, you're not gonna do it?
They're not paying me enough.
I'm telling you, hypothetically speaking.
No, because I don't have the listen, first of all, let me tell you something. This is why I'm gonna tell you what I'm telling you. I don't even desire to sit down and look at a goddamn TV and play video games just sitting on my ass. I'm too active. That's one. I used to play all the video games. When I got to about 33, I gave all my game systems to my son. I don't care. I'm more, you know what? I got a bowling ball in my closet, right? I go bowling. You know, when you get older, the shit you used to think was boring old head stuff is like the funnest shit ever. I got a set of golf clubs in the closet up underneath the stairs. I go golfing to the tournaments every now and then. I'm not a super great golfer, but I can hit the ball.
I'm better than you.
Put your money up.
Shit, you can do that. That's some good content right there. Don't worry about it.
I listen, I'd rather go to a cigar lounge and communicate and fraternize with the other OGs, learning things, relaxing. Look, I did the club, I bought out the sections, did that don't that I spend my money on my classic car and cigars. And I go to the gym. I'm a junior college football coach. I'm a teacher, professor, and I train athletes. That's enough fun for me. I don't even have the desire to sit nowhere and play no video game. That's boring.
Yeah, if a nigga gave you 15K to play video games, you'll play it.
But I don't. What I'm saying is, for me to get back in the loop to even I would have to want to do that. I don't want to do that. That
anyway,
doesn't do it for me.
Anyway, it was a great show today. It was very educational though.
So hold on. Let me double back before we get off. Back on I think the OKC is gonna win Game 7.
I was just about to ask you about that.
I think Lamar Jackson he's already eclipsed what is acceptable in the black community for him to do. I think him getting a Super Bowl is icing on the top. If he never wins, he's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't care. That winning the Super Bowl is not the end all be all, but that's why we play the game, to win championships. However, that to me, that doesn't tarnish his legacy or make me think any different, right? It's just like Charles Barkley. He's still one of my all-time favorites. He's a Hall of Fame basketball player, currently a commentator, and he was really like that. It's a team sport at the end of the day. So if you happen to come up short, I'm not going to knock you for that because you made it to the highest of the high. Remember, we talking about 1%, Carl.
No,
99% ain't going to make it.
So, like I said, when SGA wins today, he'll be the greatest OKC player, Seattle Supersonics player of all time.
He's not. He's never gonna be revered, or unless he win multiples. You talking about Gary Payton and Sean Kemp?
So you think Gary
One
Payton
championship is not. That's the problem. Listen, winning one championship is not gonna do it for you.
You think Gary Payton is better than SGA, dude?
Gary Payton is a Hall of Fame basketball player.
SGA will be a Hall of Famer too when it's said and done. Once he stays healthy,
we don't know.
Listen.
Stop doing the what ifs. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. We're talking about a guy that already listen. We're talking about a guy that already has a jacket. So many things could go left for these guys that are currently still playing. So we'll wait and see. If he win multiple championships,
wait, you mean to tell me SGA has to win multiple championships to be better than Gary Payton?
To have the legendary status that the glove has with the Seattle Supersonics,
I love the glove. Glove is one of my
talking stupid. You talking stupid.
I'm being serious. I'm not talking.
Listen, bro. Just listen to me. One championship is not gonna catapult him to just so much greater than. No, you go look at his career.
Gary Payton is what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
We're just gonna start. We're gonna just stay with SGA versus Gary Payton for a second.
That's a why. Listen, before you continue, that's that ignorant YN talk.
Not ignorant.
Listen. Then I'm gonna shut up. Y'all gotta stop doing this shit. We're talking about legends, icons. We ain't talking about very good players. We're talking about legends and icons. In order, for example, since you said that, I'm gonna go to this one. LeBron James is a all-time top 5 in some pundits top 5. He's a top 5 all-time greatest NBA basketball player, right? Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Okay. He ain't better than Michael Jordan. These are facts. Now you're gonna have all the young people trying to
better than Kobe.
Thank you. So at best, in my top 5, he will be 3rd. So what I'm saying to you is this, and I told one of my other homeboys this early because he always sending me this LeBron shit. Nobody's knocking what he's done. We have to let's focus here. No player in the NBA, in the history of the NBA, there's been no Batman without a Robin. Would you agree? Every star player has had their sidekick to win championships. Kobe and Shaq, Michael and Scotty. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have, you get Tim Duncan and what was the guard's name? The French dude's name? In San Antonio?
Victor Wembanyama.
No, not him. Talking about older.
Oh.
What was his name?
From San Antonio?
Mm-hmm. Light-skinned brother. He had like a French name. I can't think of it. Oh. But my point is this. You got to have your Batman and your Robin in regards to basketball. So we have to understand. We have to stop anointing these very good players to legendary status. We got to stop. They got to do something legendary to be legendary. Would you not agree? So you mean to tell me if Lamar Jackson win one Super Bowl, he's better than Tom Brady?
You breaking up. That's how you know.
Can you hear me?
When you start breaking up, I mean you talking nonsense.
No, can you hear me?
No, you breaking up because the world already sees you talking nonsense. Right?
Oh my God, here we go.
That's why it's breaking up. See, everything you just said just broke up. It just
No, it didn't break up. No, y'all listen. We not gonna have this. Look, we can end it on a good note. I'm not gonna
I don't
argue.
want to end it on the good note because the fact that you said Gary Payton is better than SJ.
That's no. Stop. I see what you're doing. That's what YNs do. You're putting words in my mouth. What I said was Gary Payton is a legend. He's a Hall of Fame icon legend. Top 75 all time. You're talking about a new booty. If he wins one championship, he's better than him.
Well, how many championships does
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Does Gary Payton have?
That doesn't take the greatness away from the player. How many championships do Dan Marino have?
None.
Stop it. See, there y'all go. This fake stat shit. Y'all do that shit to fit your narrative. No, y'all use shit.
Lamar Jackson would be better than Dan Marino as soon as he wins his first Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
2-time MVP with a Super Bowl championship, that would be better. So you can take, because you have Dan Marino as your top 5. You can take him out the list and put
I'm not taking none of my top 5 out my top 5.
That's an emotional attachment.
It's not because how many passing yards?
Mark.
How many passing? Listen,
Mark.
No. You can't talk shit then start getting loud. You have to give me my rebuttal time. How many passing yards does Lamar Jackson have?
I don't know. I gotta go look it up.
So shut up then. You talking out your ass. If a motherfucker ain't through for 50,000 or more passing yards, what are we even talking about? You can't just say that. That's the problem with you young motherfuckers. Y'all just do shit and you just say shit and that's it. Cause y'all be doing this shit out of emotion. You can't do that. We're talking about legends and icons. You think Kyrie better than AI?
Yeah, Kyrie Irving is better than AI 1v1.
Show is over.
No, the show isn't over because Kyrie Irving is better than.
No, he's not.
He has a better handle and he has a better layup package and he has a better.
You sound crazy. Kyrie is better than no AI.
Mark, don't give it, bro. I'm trying to.
I'm gonna tell you. You think. Listen. You think.
Sunday. It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day, and you're gonna get up here on this holy, sanctified Sunday and start lying? Did you sit here to tell me that AI is
lying?
You a damn fool because you don't believe that your damn self.
I do believe it. You know how? You know why? You know why? Can I finish? Can I spit my bars? God damn.
Can I spit my bars? I'm not my bars. So when you go over there and you go look at the craft, the work of art of Kyrie Irving, if you compare a Kyrie Irving mixtape to an Allen Iverson mixtape, it does not compare.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not. No, it does not. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't.
You can't tell me shit.
Irving has a better jump shot, a better layup package, and a better handle. F Allen Iverson in that weak ass crossover. Forgive my language.
Okay, so is it my turn now, young stupid dummy? YN, let me take you to school. How many times did Kyrie lead the NBA in scoring?
0.
Shut the fuck up then. How many teams did Kyrie Irving put on his back and take to the finals?
1.
No, I said Kyrie Irving put on his back. Who was on his team?
LeBron.
We ain't exactly my point. No. Time out. Can I finish?
Jump shot. He shot the jump shot.
That ain't putting it on his back.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Shoot the jump shot.
Can you shut up and listen? No. That is not the same. AI himself. Who the hell else was on that team?
Now, I would give
you No. My turn. Shut up. My turn. 6 foot, 160 pounds. He led the NBA in scoring. He took the sorry ass Sixers to the finals.
He did.
Kyrie ain't doing that.
I give you that.
Shut up.
I give you that.
Shut up.
Let's not act like
no. You're talking about some attribute shit. If it wasn't no AI, Kyrie wouldn't exist.
That's cap. That nigga had a daddy, Marsh.
Listen to me, clown. No Jordan, no Kobe.
Yeah, there's still been a Kobe, bro.
It's still been but it wouldn't been that Kobe.
I mean,
remember, see, this is how I kill y'all. They had to walk so the new guys could run.
Yeah, because they made it farther.
They didn't make it further. MJ is still listen. I had to kill a YN earlier. Michael Jordan ain't dribbled a basketball in over 20 years. He's still the most popular NBA player of all time.
Because his tennis shoes, Marsh.
It ain't got why are they paying this man $40 million to come be a commentator? Because he got to save the NBA.
No.
Yes, the NBA is trash.
No. He has to come and be in commentator because Shaq and all them other dudes is retiring, and they
No. Sir. We all know Michael Jordan really don't care to be in the public eye like that. They're paying him $40 million a year.
Who's gonna say no to that?
See there, he don't need no money.
How you know what he do and don't need, Marsh?
Billionaire. Them shoes are doing very well.
I'm just saying, how do you know?
Listen, brother. Listen. Stop changing the narrative. Listen to what
the narrative.
The bottom line is this.
Your black
listen, the NBA is suffering. Viewership is at its worst. Nobody gives a shit.
But look who's playing in the finals, man.
That the finals ain't got nothing to do with it. We're talking about even listen.
Indiana.
Can I finish? Even in the regular season, dog, they're trying to create shit to pique interest. In game championship, in season champ. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, man. He got to come save basketball, bro. So I'm just telling you, y'all say the most disrespectful shit, and I just called you out on it. All the YNs can go ahead and say Kyrie this, Kyrie that. Here's the killer. Y'all can talk about handles and all this shit. How many times did he lead the NBA in scoring? He's never been a scoring champ. Okay. That's the most important stat right there. He's never been a league MVP. That's another important stat. So Allen Iverson has a jacket. He's in the Hall of Fame. He took the nobody Sixers to the finals with it don't matter. He didn't have there was no star player on that team. But
excuses for losing now.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, no, shut up. Let me finish. Because you'll see if you did, DePaul. We're comparing real things. Did Kyrie lead the NBA in scoring ever?
No.
Okay, boom, shut up. Was he the MVP of the league ever?
No.
Okay. What other superstar played on the Sixers, a team that Allen Iverson himself at 6 foot, 160 pounds, took to the finals? Name one. Get the fuck out of here.
He was on that team.
The only person I remember is Eric Snow.
Dikembe Mutombo was on that finals run. Nah, yeah, Dikembe Mutombo was on that finals run.
You said Dikembe Mutombo. Man, get the fuck out.
Dikembe Mutombo was on that finals run.
Man, listen.
He's a better basketball.
I made my point. You talking out your ass. That's the YN. That's the YN. Don't do that.
No, it's not the YN, bro. Because you got
Kyrie Irving is very good. He's not better than Allen Iverson. Stop it.
He is better than Allen Iverson.
No, he's not. No, he is
not. So outside of his crossover,
I just gave you what you needed. MVP of the National Basketball Association. Led the league in scoring. If you didn't do that, Kyrie, you're not better than AI.
All right, so before we end this, I give you this. If I had to pick between Kyrie Irving and Allen Iverson, who I would want on my team,
I'm taking AI.
I would take AIT, but AI as well. But I'm gonna also say, why are you taking AI?
I'm gonna tell you. Dribbling, he got handles. You can't take that away from him. He can score. That's what the name of the game is, putting the ball in the bucket, right? He does that very well. He does that extremely well. He's a great player. He's not a one-trick pony. And for his size, a guy of his size playing in that era, to be able to do the shit he did, ain't no small dude impacted the game like that. Kyrie is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. I love the way he dribble and shit. But he's not better than Allen Iverson. We talking about AI is the star. So AI to the Sixers was what LeBron is to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And here's the difference. LeBron has had help. AI had zero help.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why I would choose.
Now wait a minute. Was whatchamacallit on that team?
Who?
when he went to the finals? Iguodala.
Ooh, yes.
But would you put Iguodala in the caliber of LeBron? No.
No,
Okay, so that's
but
my.
it's still a great player though. But
I
anyway,
love Iguodala. Iguodala was a guy, but
but
I'm not. He wasn't a superstar like that to the point where you're saying. I'm saying this man. This man is an MVP of the league and he's a scoring champion.
okay, so this is where I'm. This is where I'm. So you said you're taking AI because of that. I'm gonna tell you why I'm taking AI.
He's a competitor, an ultimate competitor.
No, that's not why I'm taking AI.
Why are you taking?
I'm taking AI over Kyrie Irving, and this is the only reason why I'm taking AI over Kyrie Irving. Availability. Kyrie Irving got injured way, way, way too much in his career.
That's what I was saying. AI is tough. He played through injury. He's a dog.
He's never torn his Achilles. I know. Has Kyrie ever torn his Achilles? He did something. He had a bad knee or something. He had a big injury.
I'm not even talking about. I won't even bring up the durability because AI for sure. But I think Kyrie Irving is phenomenal. I'm just saying, like, I think y'all get it fucked up. Y'all think, oh, he's just always going to take the older guys. No, the older guys I'm talking about proved it. So it's not like I'm just pulling shit out my ass. Kyrie is nasty.
Again, that's the only reason why I'm taking II.
What you did with Allen Iverson is so much more. We seen it. We seen him by himself take a team at that size. He put that team on his back.
But I'm taking AI.
But you just said you just said Kyrie was better than him. Man.
He is better. But I'm telling you that's the reason why I take him.
Well, because you think his dribbles are better? Okay.
He is better. He has a better jump shot. And he has a better layup package.
That's crazy. If he got all that, if all those things are better, and he still ain't led the NBA in scoring, that's crazy.
Well, shoot, you got better shooters than there was.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even gonna have that argument. Okay, you win.
There's way better shooters.
They don't play no defense. Listen, Michael Jeffrey Jordan would scored 45 or 50 points a night in this NBA.
I'm not doing this. Let me ask you this last question before we roll out.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I mean, no, Negro, you don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to do that because I eat that ass up.
No.
Pause.
So, look, did you see that the streamer with the racing swole nigga?
Oh, the Ashton. Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I want to talk about that before we end that. So people think because he's stronger, muscular, that equivalents to speed and et cetera, because he's strong. I gotta tell people all the time, bro. Bodybuilders, bodybuilders.
He played football, so I'm not gonna say he's specific. I don't think he's a bodybuilder. I don't think that's not what
he played in college, but
yeah.
Look at his stats, he ain't got no stats, bro.
Whether he has that, listen, time out. That don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He was there. He was there.
It doesn't matter. He went D1. I'm not knocking it. But he did transform into a bodybuilder though, because he's no longer an athlete because he doesn't compete in any.
He would listen. No, I'm 46 and I'll always be an athlete, and I've gotten bigger.
You're a former athlete, Marsh.
I'm gonna always be an athlete.
Okay, that's just the mentality. But
no, it's not the mentality. You've seen it.
So what? Okay, yes. But he doesn't practice your movements though.
Okay, that's not that. Listen,
but he has
to go on.
Transform into a body. Okay. Ashton,
as we get older, when we're no longer playing the game, motherfuckers lift weights more. I don't run as much because I don't need to. But I'm gonna stay in shape. So he's taking care of himself. Now,
that's facts, but he's a bodybuilder now. And he's on steroids. You can tell him, look at that nigga.
Listen, I'm not finna put that charge. You see, you're gonna fuck around and get a defamation suit.
You can just sit there and look at Ashton.
I can't. Nope. Dante Marsh did not say that.
I said it.
I'm not putting that charge on nobody. Listen, that's neither here nor there.
When he was
listen. I think it's impressive
Ashton
that he's moving that fast at that size. I think that's impressive. Now, the speed dude, I think you were a little disrespectful with talking to him like that because that's just disrespectful. You barely beat him. You beat him 4 times, but you didn't like walk off on him. Not the unless I'm looking at different angles. He just didn't burn him by like 5-10 yards.
You talking about a YN that eats hot Cheetos and don't do any type of
I
physical?
don't, but y'all gotta stop that. Just like a young dumb punk challenged me, I will roll his ass up. I went to his page. He smoke all kind of dope. Like, you not gonna beat me around. You. Old heads always hating with they broke knees. I will outlift you. I will outrun you. And you know this, Carl. These YNs. This the wrong one to be talking crazy to. But that's besides the point. Just because he lost the race, what does that mean to anybody? Like, so I mean, who cares? Like, once again, we're living in a world where we're distracted by dumb shit. Okay, two social media guys had a race. Woo! I think it's impressive that at that size, with that muscular build, he was moving pretty damn good. That was impressive. And he's older than the dude and outweighing by what, 40, 50 pounds. Okay. The young cat, the speed guy, impressive once again, because he's just a streamer, right? I don't know too much about the other guy. He's just a streamer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Two things can be true at the same time. It was both impressive. Okay, next.
Man, that's the end. That's the end of the show, bro. Like I said, that is steroids, bro. But hey, you didn't say it. I said it. I don't care.
Here's the thing.
But my thing is, people think this: just because people are bigger, stronger, doesn't mean they can fight, and doesn't mean they're the greatest athletes. They just big.
I'm so glad you said that because you just proved my point to all the young dumb YNs.
Yeah. Just because the nigga swole, mudcock diesel, can't turn and wipe his ass, all the muscle.
No, I'm gonna take it further because you made my point. Just because somebody runs a faster 40, they're physically bigger, does not make them a better athlete. It just doesn't. So when we have the argument,
You nigga, Calvin Johnson is still a better athlete than Jerry Rice. All right, this is the end of the show. I know what you're saying.
you know what? That's so terrible.
I'm not doing this with you.
He could be a better athlete. He wasn't a better receiver.
He was a better receiver.
He was not.
Their mama's name is taken.
No, ain't no everybody. Listen, Jerry Rice has 22,000 reasons to say why he's the top dog.
I'm not gonna do this today.
You can't, because you're not gonna win. I'm tired of this, and I love Megatron, but the fact of the matter is, that man got 22,000 yards. Huh?
Could you have guard Jerry Rice?
Excuse me, say that again.
You heard me. Could you, Dante Marsh?
I'm guarding everybody. That's my confidence.
Could you have guard Jerry Rice?
Yeah, I get out there and guard him.
You couldn't even guard. I don't even think you could have guarded Jamar Chase and them boys.
I guarded a lot of good receivers.
I know. I think Jamar Chase and them.
So you think Marvin Harrison is a slouch?
No, you definitely
Reggie. You think? Huh?
You couldn't guard no Marvin Harrison.
I did guard him.
No, you couldn't though. You couldn't hold him under 50 yards.
Oh man, come on, man. I was a rookie. He's a Hall of Famer.
So
it ain't no so. I mean, here's the thing. I'm man enough to admit things. He was I covered Andre Rison, RJ Salward, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne.
Chad in Canada?
Yeah, I trained with Chad too.
Oh, you didn't cover him though, right?
I covered him in Canada. He wasn't tripping. He was smoking cigars and shit.
How was his releases though?
Prime Chad?
Well, in Canada, because he still had that in him.
No, he still had it. I mean, he was still him. I think.
Keep it real. Did he get you a couple times?
No, they didn't throw him the ball when I was covering him.
Did he get you off the line though?
No, it never was like he was just out there. He wasn't. When he lined up in the boundary to me, they didn't throw him the ball.
All right, man. That's it, bro. You got something else to go do. I ain't finna do this with you,
bro. What's the problem, man? Because you want me to? I'm telling you the truth. I can't. I'm not gonna lie. That's not saying that I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that they really wasn't throwing him the ball. They didn't. When they came to Vancouver, when he lined up in the boundary with me, they really wasn't even throwing him the ball. They should have. There were games where that we watched on film, like he could have. It was
Man,
just.
so if you see this, Dante Martin said he locked you up so
That's
bad
it.
that didn't even look your way.
There you go with that dumb shit.
Yeah.
We respect our opponents. That's not what I said.
He said he locked you up because ain't nowhere in the world I'm not throwing Chad Johnson the ball on the boundary side, at least giving a hitch or something or a slant. So yeah, Chad, that's basically what he said, bro. Yeah.
That's not what I said, but
I need the clickbait. All right, bro. Yeah, I need the clickbait. We out, man. We out.
All right.